What's up, y'all? So we are finally back here and we have all the parts to put the red car's motor together. So you can see here, I got the short block. All I gotta do is torque the rods on this guy and she's ready to go. Dad painted her up here today and so she looks pretty damn good. So Justin's on his way and he's got all the stuff to prime this baby up and figure out top dead center. So I'll show you how to do that in this video. And I even got my cylinder heads back from Jason at Janderson Heads, and as you can see, he did a killer job. If you watched the last video, you've seen some of these guys, but we got the new springs in there. These are just a kit from TSP. If anyone needs any needs those part numbers or whatever, just let me know. I can get them to you for sure, but he did a fantastic job. These babies turned out wonderful. So then I would also like you guys to drop me an opinion. I'm pretty sure I already know what I'm gonna do, but still. So I have these valve covers and we tried to polish them up, as you can see here, but I did not realize the cheap ones are anodized, so that would make sense why they didn't weld very nice. I mean, I'm not a professional welder. I don't even want to classify myself as a good welder, but when I was welding on there, I'm like, man, this is just not going very good, and I don't really understand why, but that would make sense. They're anodized, so learn that. I'm probably gonna end up painting them black because I think with some of the accessories on the car that I have now, like the 417 manifold and stuff like that, I think it'll end up turning out pretty damn good. So a couple other things I got here. You see I did that throttle body. I think I showed that a few videos ago, but this is the Motion Raceworks throttle body for my Icon. And what I ended up doing was they sent me a 4-inch coupler flange. So I ended up welding my Vangean onto that, so that I didn't have to do anything. And then in the lathe, of course, I turned off the weld, made it look real pretty, painted her up, and yeah. So Justin just got here, he's got the parts. I got some fancy new Motion goodies. This is their 3-inch alternator pulley, a Rife IAT sensor, and then the bracket for the throttle cable for the Icon. So we're gonna get some stuff set up here and get to throwing this baby together. Well, we just got the rod bolts all torqued in, as you've seen on there. What you do with them is you torque them all initially to 15 pounds and then an additional 75 degrees. I've seen 75, 80. By the markings on my thing, I usually always go 75. So that's what we did. And now it is time to slap the oil pump on. I did pull this thing apart and make sure everything was clean since it did go through an engine explosion and everything looks to be as it's supposed to. So time to do the oil pump cam, get all the plates and stuff on like that, and then it's TDC time. Well, there you have it. We have an entire short block. I rechecked all the torque, got everything all together, got the balancer on, or the front cover on, which I still got to clean that thing up because it looks pretty crappy. But everything went in pretty good. Got the cam tensioner in. If you're paying close attention to the time lapse, we took everything apart like 3 times because it seemed like we always forgot something. But it's all there now, so we're ready to slap the pan on this thing and get check top dead center. It's kind of a shame putting this ugly ass windage tray on this nice bottom end, but that's how it goes. And also, this is probably the last time we'll see this bottom end in this form, so kiss her goodbye right now. There we are. Had to do a little modifying. The stock pans, they have like a little oblong hole here, so you just had to open that up to fit the ARP studs, but we should be all good now. Now we got this thing on. So had to do a little clearancing right here since it's got ARP studs in it, but got all that dialed, so she's good. Got the pickup tube on, and then just about to put the little RTV on here and slap the pan in. Remember people, before you put your covers on, don't forget your dumbbells. Got the one in there, and then I already got the cover on, but I got the other one up here. So all that stuff should be good. I gave this pan a good little air hose treatment, so that should be all ready to go. Just because of the big explosion, I wanted to make sure all the shit was out of there. So we should all be good then. Put a little RTV on this thing and slap the pan on and get going. So there you have it. Balancer on, covers, oil pan. Still got some cleaning up to do, but everything is there. And now we just put the timing pointer on, and then what we did was we lined up those 2 dots that are under this cover here, because then you know that number 1 is on the compression stroke, and then you just turn it until the top piston is at its highest point. So now we know we're exactly at top dead center. We'll pull a mark right here and verified timing before we put the motor in the car, unlike last time. So we should be good to roll. Everything's looking to be pretty mint. Just mark that baby down, and I think we're ready to put some heads on. So now here we're putting in the lifters. What I have here, they are the BTR ones, but they are Johnson 2216 SLR. I don't think there's a part number on here, but they go in just like that, link bar up, and it's pretty simple. Justin's slapping the studs in over here, so we're gonna get to this whole time-taking process and hopefully have some heads on shortly. right in the manual. Studs are all in. Lifters are all in. Just a little tip for anyone with the studs. When you put them in, put them all the way in tight, and then just back them off like quarter turn, because you don't want it pulling on the bottom, very bottom thread when they're in there tight. So just a little point of reference for anyone doing this. Well, there you have it. Heads are on, but not torqued yet. So now it's time to get to the torquing process. And I believe these you work inside to out, and it goes 30, 70, and 100, or 35, 70, and 100 on all the bigger ones. And I believe these top little guys are just 25. So I'm gonna get to torquing. There's a shit ton of bolts to do, but it shouldn't take too long. It's actually the next day, but I did get the heads all torqued on, as you've seen in that time lapse, and everything turned out pretty dang sweet. I was going to carry on with this video, but I figured I'm going to end it now since I got a couple other things I got to do before I'll get back to this. But next video should be out in a few days, I hope. I will be just kind of putting the finishing touches on this motor, putting some of the other stuff on. I will do a little demonstration on how I put rocker arms on and how you torque them and do all that fun stuff with the push rods. So I'll get into that. I got to put just some of the brackets on. I'll probably slap the alternator on. Maybe try to just do some of the other random little stuff that I can put on this thing that makes it a lot easier when it's in the motor. So I will do some of that here in a couple days, and I will have another video out shortly. So thank you all for watching. Super stoked. We are almost back.